I'm on page 29, if anybody wants to follow. Broken heart syndrome is a real thing. Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, a big name for a broken heart, is a medical condition named after an octopus trap, since the left ventricle expands, resembling the Japanese trap. The symptoms of a heart attack are triggered by extreme emotional or physical stress, like when your husband leaves you for the girl at work with the pink-tinged pigtails and black Converse, or when a coyote leaps over an 8-foot fence to decimate your dog, or you get fired from a job you've kept at for a decade, or get diagnosed with an autoimmune disease before joining your friend for a 10K run when you haven't exercised in years, or when all of these things happen within the same week. Your heart, too, would be entrapped, the left ventricle bulging at the bottom like a tummy protruding over tight jeans. The heart is hoarding all the sadness and exertion, pocketing it into that left part because it knows the body can't handle it all at once. The heart is a wise thing, releasing the grief slowly, giving you a chance to recover. In a few weeks, the worst will be over, like a helium balloon slowly losing air until it's the size of a zucchini. The heart discovers its new normal after stretching to capacity. Like a belly after pregnancy, never will it be the same. The muscle will be weaker now, although everyone will say, "You are so strong." You try to find beauty in what it's been through and respect the body for finding a way to keep on, even if the spirit tried not to. Thank you. I've got four more, sorry. They're short. This one is called My Mother's Hands. Sunspots, veins, and bones, all the fat of youth gone. My hands are never going to look like that, I thought to myself some 20 years ago when I took pride in the fact that my bitten nails had grown. I kept them painted every shade of red, from tomato to ruby and blood, with fancy names like Big Apple, Redheaded Stepchild. Sign me up for the degree needed to name lipstick and polish. I imagine them sitting around some conference room table laughing and drinking Starbucks. I used to slather my hands in Vaseline and wear white cotton gloves to bed like any good Southern woman. My skin was soft as Snow White and laced with crimson. After years, dish soap, kids, son, and such lack of time to even put on lotion, I glanced down upon them and remember, my hands are never going to look like that. I had been so sure, but now I see they've become hers. Thank you. Okay. No superhero. There was a white moth with brown polka dots flying in the shower while I was bathing my daughter. It was young like her, and it started to flutter right where the water might hit its wings. The moth was struck by a single drop, a tsunami to a bug, and fell in a puddle. The dots became a brown powder surrounding it like a cape in the water. I felt that I could save it with a bit of toilet paper, so I threw in that dry lifeline, and it clung with tiny might until it let go and flew to the safest place it could find, straight down the drain. I cried for its soaking wet, broken wings, but I was really crying for everything. If I could have fixed this minuscule hurt, then we would surely save the world. Thank you. Your heart. You say that you see me, and you do, since I reveal myself to you. But I don't see you. I feel you, as if my heart is a blind person and yours is the face of another. I have lived in your chambers and prayed in your atrium. The aorta contours that are singularly yours have brought me great joy. I have studied your rhythm, how you operate, and the state of your veins and arteries, even excavating your coronaries, noticing where they're open or partially blocked, the parts that are hardened, the parts that are soft. As much as you claim to be, you never wish to be seen. Your pericardium is a fortress, so that no one can witness the deepest parts of your heart. You never expected some simple girl to use her elementary tools when your protection has served you tremendously, keeping you hidden from those who use eyes to see, but not from a blind-hearted girl like me. And finally, the swing. It's a little more upbeat. Well, the swing. I tried to ignore the swing that wanted me to sit on it. It dangled from a willow, slightly tilted from a disproportionate rope. It didn't whistle like one tied to an oak would. It called me soft and low like an owl in a hollow. Pretending I didn't hear, I sauntered on, but those low sounds, how they follow. I turned around. The swing that asked me to sit on it was in someone else's yard. I made my decision and started praying to God, please don't let them have a big dog. I climbed the fence, tore a hole in my pants, and cut my hand open. But I made it and felt dangerous, even if it was just a swing in a yard. The moon was full. Shadows peeked through the leaves. I never felt so wild, like the people inside could wake up and a 5-year-old might kick my ass. I put mine right on that seat and soon realized the swing that implored me to sit on it didn't want me to sit at all. It begged me to soar. Pumping and kicking, I leaned backwards and forwards and pulled with my arms until I finally noticed my toes touch the stars. Thank you.